The conference hall was filled to capacity with ladies aged 18 to 30, and the subject matter was purpose discovery. Purpose is the reason for the existence of a thing. Mrs. Margaret, a business tycoon and a great mentor for ladies, began. The creator of the universe had a picture in mind. He had a purpose in mind before creating you. No one is a biological accident. No one is a walkover. He built gifts, talents, and capacities inside of you for his purpose. He built an irritation about certain situations and circumstances inside of you to fulfill his purpose. That burning desire to change that situation is an indicator to his purpose for you. Seek to discover purpose before you get married to any man. Your life partner must be a man of purpose. The female fiery preacher kept on admonishing the ladies. She poured her heart as they listened with rapt attention. I missed it in marriage till Father showed me mercy after 20 years. My husband abhorred anything called ministry and stopped me from the ladies' mentorship I had online. He would complain all day. He attempted seizing my phone, and when I stood against him, he threatened to hit me. I had a passion for ladies. I loved speaking to them and guiding them rightly, but I was hindered for years. Father showed me mercy, and here I am today. Some of the ladies bowed their heads in tears while others looked up teary-eyed too. Kike and her friends listened attentively as Mrs. Margaret poured out her heart. Kike was engaged to be married to Julius, a banker. She knew she had something to do with women. She was passionate about abused women, homeless women, and helpless women. She watched helplessly as her father abused her mother every other day when she was a child. I am 29 years old and I have been in this relationship with Julius for 4 years, she said to Bimbo, her close friend and course mate, on their way to the hostel after the conference. They were both in their final year studying pharmacy. He doesn't say anything at all whenever I mention my passion for women. He switches off to other matters like traveling around the world, having billions in his account and all sorts, she said worriedly. You need to have a rethink about your relationship with Julius, Kike. Mrs. Margaret told us her own story. You may not be as lucky as she is to finally begin fulfilling purpose after 20 years. 20 years is a long time indeed. She must have gone through hell. Please, Kike, let's pray about it and seek wisdom from Father. 2 months later, Kike called it quits with Julius after a heated argument about purpose. She graduated from school and went for youth service at Ebony. She met Biodon, a tall, fair guy who was every lady's crush, but he was passionate and focused about mentoring the younger generation. He fell in love with Kike. One thing led to the other and they got married. Bimbo, who was engaged to her heartthrob, was her best lady. 3 years later, they built a conference hall for women and an NGO for children. Their ministry became recognized internationally and they got partners from all over the nations. 7 years later, at the 10th anniversary, everyone was present and it was tagged celebrating the Father's purpose. It was a great occasion. Single mothers, single ladies, young married women and children, teenagers and youth were present to celebrate with them. At night, Kike held Biodon family, looking intently into his eyes. Thank you, Biodon, thank you so much. Today would not have happened if I did not decide to marry for purpose. Thank you for all you do too, my lovely wife. I also left Tenny, my first love, when I discovered she was not interested in fulfilling purpose but to live selfishly. Purpose is selfless, you know. I love you, sweetheart. You are the best woman in the whole world, he said and moved closer to her for a passionate hug and